Comcast Cable Channel 5 presents High School Wrestling, the Delran Bears versus the Paulsboro Red Raiders from Paulsboro High School. Hi everybody, Nick Burzichelli along with John Vogeding, and what a nice matchup we have tonight. Delran ranked number 8 and Paulsboro ranked number 3 in South Jersey. Paulsboro 9-0, Delran 4-1. An interesting matchup tonight. Delran solid basically through their whole lineup, John.
Well, they especially are solid from 26 to 72, Nick. I think Paulsboro can take them down the bottom, and that's going to be the key to the match. If Paulsboro comes out of the gate early and builds up some extra points, I think that's going to be a big key, because from 26 to 72, that's where Delran's strength lies. Paulsboro can keep it close in the middle. They can beat them up top also.
Well, that's exactly what Dennis Smith, head coach of Delran, was saying to me this evening. He said if we can get a couple in the lower weight classes, stay real close in the middle, because that's where he thinks he's solid, and maybe get one at 185 pounds. He thinks he has a shot at winning tonight.
Right.
We're going to see a defending state champion at 142 pounds, Brett Motter.
Brett Motter, whose father Andy was a two-time national champion for Penn State University, wrestled at Upper Darby High School. His brother Clinton Matter is a junior at the University of Pennsylvania right now in the Wharton School, and he's having an excellent year. And Brett is just phenomenal, although he has lost once this year. He was leading in the Pinelands or the Pine Barren Classic finals and got pinned.
Right. Yeah. An interesting matchup. If it goes off at 142 pounds, we're looking to see Jason Brown 12-1 going up against Brett Motter.
That would be it'd be an interesting match.
Well, tonight's matchup looks like it's going to be very interesting. A nice crowd here tonight at Paulsboro High School. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back right after this. And we're waiting for the coin flip. Referee for tonight's match, Joe Henry, veteran ref we've seen here on Channel 5 for many years. John, tonight, even though that we're going to say the weight classes are 100 pounds, officially they have gone up 2 pounds as of January 15th, I believe.
That is correct. They're up 2 pounds now, so actually 100 will be 102 tonight, but for purposes of not confusing the audience, we'll keep what's on the screen.
And for not confusing me. So as we get ready for the wrestlers to approach the match, talking to one of the assistant coaches of Paulsboro tonight, John, they were looking for even matches. If they could get even matches tonight, they would feel comfortable.
3, 4, 1, 6.
Well, it looks like they got their wish, because Delran reported to the table first.
And we'll wait for the public address announcer to give us the wrestlers tonight, because both teams weighed in 2 people at each weight class.
Well, Favorite and Bish.
Okay, so it looks like it's going to be Jason Bish of Paulsboro, senior, 7-5, going up against Brett Favorite, a junior, and he's 3-1.
Wasted a little time in that takedown. Nice dump.
And this is where Paulsboro needs to make some hay, as John mentioned earlier in the show. 100 to maybe 135, they need to score some points.
This is Brett Favorite of Delran, and Nick, what kind of record we have for him?
He's 3-1 on the year. He's a junior.
All right. Jason Bish.
Dennis Smith gave me the lineup, gave me the records, and said, "Don't show it to Paulsboro. give it to John Vogeding. That's it."
Got a back point count going on here.
Good tight waist, near arm tilt.
Joe Henry, the official, he gets younger looking every time, Nick.
The move hasn't been broken yet, so the points haven't been awarded. And there's the 2-point near fall. Jason Bish leading 4-0, 1:14 remaining in the first period, first match of the evening.
And this is the matchups that Paulsboro wanted, so it's very important for them to get the maximum amount of points. How about that?
Amazing technology. They can make the corrections on the score.
Hey, listen.
On our screen.
There's no doubt in my mind. We got a big one here.
Tight waist,
oh my.
near side cradle.
Oh, brother.
54 seconds.
He's got it tight. Oh, my.
Brett Favorite, that's it. Jason Bish pins Brett Favorite. 1 minute, 11 seconds. Give Paulsboro a 6-0 lead in the first match of the evening. And That's exactly what Paulsboro is looking for. They need to get the big points because they know going into 142 pounds to 172, Delran is solid.
Well, these first 3 weight classes, they're looking for another 6 here with Demian Green, who's having a great freshman year. And then David Given at 114 pounds, that's going to be one there where they just want to hold their own.
We're at 106 pounds. It's Demian Green of Paulsboro. He's a freshman. He's 93 going up against Delran's Trent Slim, a senior, 6-3.
Demian Green having a fine year, Nick.
Yeah, just a freshman. He's got 9 wins on the year.
Whew.
This wrestling match has to be one of the top wrestling matches for this evening. This Wednesday, number 3, Paulsboro, number 8, Delran in South Jersey.
Well, this is a big match tonight. Eastern Washington Township is a pretty big match tonight. And unfortunately for myself, Gloucester County College is wrestling tonight against Middlesex, which might be their best opponent at home this year. And, you know, me following the college wrestlers like I do, I would have liked to have seen that one too. But you can't be in 2 places at once.
You mean they don't simulcast you over there? We could have hooked something up. And there's stalling called.
Double stall.
Double stall.
Well, you know what, Nick? You know, maybe they can't do anything schedule-wise about it, but it would seem to me it would make more sense to try and draw a few extra fans. Not many fans go to junior college matches, but a few extra fans if they would have it on a Tuesday or a Thursday.
Good single by Green, getting a takedown just under a minute in the first period. Green on top, working the Hamilton ride.
And I just saw a little grimace on Dennis Smith's face, the coach of Delran.
Well, a nice Hamilton to a near side half, 40 seconds remaining. He's got Slim in trouble. If Green can tighten up the half Nelson, it could be 6 big points.
Look at this, Nick.
Good job by Slim, breaking loose.
Rolled through it.
Yep. Getting off his back, but Green going right into a near side cradle again.
Oh, my.
And he's brought Slim in. That's it. Green pins Trent Slim. 1 minute, 41 seconds. Paulsboro jumps out to a 12-0 lead.
And probably the biggest nightmare for Dennis Smith, the Delran coach, because, you know, he knew he was going to be in trouble the first 2 weights and was probably hoping at least not to come away down 12-zip.
112 pounds, Dave Given from Paulsboro, a junior, 5-1. And we're going to wait to hear the public address announcer give the Delran wrestler because they weighed in 2 people. Let's see if we can get that. As head coach Dennis Smith of Delran.
Dennis, the only coach that Delran's ever had, and what a remarkable career. The very first year that he coached at Delran, they were 1 win and 16 losses. That was back in 1976, and of course, he's had a great career coming into this year. 253 wins, 87 losses, and 4 ties.
Now we're waiting. We have either Chris Elysiak or Chris Wolf for Delran. I've just sent the athletic director of Paulsboro over to the Delran bench, Bob Fredericks, to get some information for us. We didn't hear from the public address announcer. So we have Chris Wolf at 112 pounds, a freshman. He's 4-6, going up against Dave Green.
Well, that
makes it easier for us because we'll see Chris Elysiak at 119 pounds. Given still in control for Paulsboro.
Givens a junior, Nick?
Givens is a junior.
5-1.
5-1 record. Still in control on top, leading the match 2-0 with the takedown. Wolf of Delran on the bottom, working for the reversal. Needs to pick his head to the ceiling, maybe pop one knee to the other. There's going to be a stalemate called.
Good call. But then Joe Henry doesn't make very many bad calls. You see the Paulsboro Brain Trust with Paul Marina in the middle and Dean Duke on the left. On the right, Nicky Marina, cousin Nicky. And of course, we talked about Dennis's fine career, 253, 87, and 4 coming into this year. Paul Marina in his 10th year as head coach of the Raiders, 191, 4-2, Nick. 9-0 this year. Incredible.
15 seconds remaining in the first period. Paulsboro, Dave Given on top leading, 2-0.
It's the first ever matchup between these two schools. They were scheduled to wrestle last year and were snowed out.
Snowed out. And then this year, of course, it's probably about 48 degrees out there. It's wonderful weather. And that's the end of the first period where Paulsboro's Dave Given takes a 2-0 lead going into the second period. There he is, Kevin Ross.
Kevin.
Of the Atlanta Falcons.
Kevin Ross, of course, going to be honored at the Philadelphia Sports Writers Banquet on Monday the 23rd as the Delaware Valley's native son.
Yeah, Kevin graduated in 1980 from Paulsboro. The Rock.
Yep. I understand this telecast might be going to the Comcast people in the
Burlington County
area.
Sure, I'd like to welcome everyone to the program.
Does that mean we get a raise, Nick, for doing it for two different outfits here?
I'll have to check my
check the contract.
My contract.
Start of the second period. It's a big period for Givens. He rode very well the first period. If he rides well this period, he's probably on the bottom or neutral to start the third period.
John Delran only having one loss on the year to Lenape.
Yes.
31-27.
And we got a back count going. And Delran, as you see, 2 points for near fall. Delran beat Haddon Township, Nick, the first weekend of the year, 36-23. And, of course, Paulsboro beat Haddon Township 56-15 in kind of a mismatch here at Paulsboro. I think 2 or 3 days later, 2 days after Delran had beaten him. Delran.
Haddon Township hit a buzzsaw.
Yeah. Delran won the Pine Barren Classic, where Brett Matter suffered his only loss to Aurora of Shawnee. Don't think we'll see that happen again this year.
You know, sometimes we see people that we think are going to go undefeated and get one loss. Sometimes it wakes them up a little bit, brings them back, gets them focused for the rest of the year. Sometimes one loss doesn't hurt. You want to do it in a regular season if you're going to take a loss. You don't want to do it during tournament time.
That's for sure. Of course, Matter has he's hit the 100-win plateau in his great career at Delran.
"20 seconds remaining in the second period. We're going to have a potentially dangerous call here, and match will stop.
Other wins for Dennis Smith this year after Haddon Township were Hamilton West, Burlington Township, and Northern Burlington. Of course, you see Dennis Smith there on the right-hand side. Burlington County's first state champion, Nick, when he wrestled back for Hank Schneff at Lenape High School. Also wrestled at Rutgers.
State University, New Jersey.
That's it.
It's a great university.
You would be prejudiced in that, would you? Steve McIntyre, captain of the 1982 team, is one of the assistant coaches.
A nice job by Given. Really taking what's given to him. 5 seconds remaining in the second period. He has him in trouble. That's it. 3 seconds remaining on the clock. That quickly, Dave Given pins Chris Wolf. 3 seconds remaining in the second period. Paulsboro jumps out to an 18-0 lead. Let's take a quick break from Paulsboro High School. We'll be back right after this. And we're at 119 pounds where Steve Sorbello of Paulsboro received a forfeit. Now we're waiting for the 126-pound wrestlers. And it's Seneca Cooper of Paulsboro, junior, 13-1. And we're going to wait for the public address announcer. And it's Steve Christensen, a sophomore for Delran. He's 2-2, and Seneca Cooper, a junior for Paulsboro, 13-1. And interesting here, they forfeited 119 pounds.
But they
weighed him in at 112. So with the new rule change, if you forfeit a wrestler, but the wrestler did not weigh in at 119.
I don't know. Here we go.
So either way,
got me confused.
Delran has forfeited the 119-pound weight class to Sorbello of Paulsboro. The score is now 24-0 Paulsboro, and we're at 126 pounds, and Seneca Cooper of Paulsboro attempts a fireman's dump. Called out of bounds. Boy, what a nice job going back to 112 pounds, Dave Given of Paulsboro. You know, you saw Chris Wolf do a sit-out turn in, no wrist control. Given sucks him back, puts him on his back, stays tight with him, throws in a half Nelson, and gets the pin with 3 seconds left on the clock.
Big points for Paulsboro, Nick. And of course, with the forfeit to Sorbello, and that I don't understand. You know, they weighed in Wolf. See,
we apologize for that technical difficulties we had. We lost some power, but we're back.
Maybe the accountant was putting our paychecks together and it blew a fuse. Nick, this meet, Delran is in jeopardy.
Yeah, you know what's interesting, John, is I talked to Paul Marino earlier tonight, and Paulsboro has a little bit of problems with their lineup. They had a few people quit unexpectedly on them, and I asked him, you know, what's the team look like for the rest of the year? You have 13 guys, what's it look like? He was fairly confident that the people he has on the mat right now will go the distance, and he's pretty happy with the attitude that's out there.
Well,
but this is a good test for this Paulsboro team, because this is a good Delran team.
Yes. And Paulsboro has a tougher part of its schedule coming up. They have Overbrook on Friday night this week. Overbrook's having a great year, 1 loss. They have Collingswood next week, and Collingswood's undefeated in the Colonial. They have West Thetford coming up. They have
They're
Oak
always
Crest.
tough.
Yeah.
Sure. Oak Crest, who
So-
beat Paulsboro last year.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of people in South Jersey are looking at Highland Buna as probably the 1-2 teams, and I won't disagree with that right now after Paulsboro lost 3 wrestlers with 20 wins or more from the lineup. And,
Yeah, that's powerful.
yeah, I mean that's a lot of wins to give away, but the people filling in that have stepped into the lineup have just demonstrated why Paulsboro has been able to compile the record they've been able to do over the years.
And that's
looking at it again today, I'm fascinated that Paulsboro was 659, 51, and 10 through last year in the career record of the school.
Since 1933?
Yeah.
Not bad, John. You went to the archives on that one.
Yeah, 1939. And Norman Hagen was
1939, okay.
39 and 40.
Well, Cooper takes a 2-0 lead, and that quickly with, well, I tell you, that was two seconds off the clock, and he gets a 1-point escape. He's now leading 3-0.
And can you imagine somebody from a standing position pinning somebody that fast?
Yeah, we've had some, haven't we?
Well, a 2-second pin, I mean, you got to have a 2 count to get the pin. And the national record is 2 seconds in some weight classes.
No takedown yet. Cooper needs to get him to the mat, and he does. Gets control and gets the takedown. Now leads 5-0. Paulsboro leading in the team scoring 24-0 after 4 weight classes have gone by. 3 of them by pin. 119 was a forfeit.
And Nick, an interesting thing too is that, you're talking about the number 3 and the number 8 ranked teams in South Jersey, and if nothing else, that should bring people out. A first ever meeting between the two. A lot of high hopes in Burlington County that Delran could beat Paulsboro, and I'm a little disappointed that not every seat is filled in here.
It looked like it was going to be a nice crowd when we started, and it really hasn't filled in like it usually does. But John, is that a trend throughout Gloucester County, maybe South Jersey wrestling?
I'm wondering. I've seen some slim crowds, although when we did Deptford and Delsey, it was a nice size crowd. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like, a lot of things have changed in the sport over the last 20, 30 years. I mean, the wrestlers have changed, the crowds have changed. Second caution on Paulsboro. You know what that means, Nick?
All right, his next one, points start going.
Yep. To infinity.
1 minute remaining in the second period. Seneca Cooper of Paulsboro on top, leading this match 5-0. Working Hamilton ride, looking for the near half.
Oh, my.
He gets the near side half. He has 45 seconds remaining in the second period.
He's going to run out of room unless he turns him in.
Christensen doing a real nice job, knowing where he was on the mat, John. You see how he knew where he was? Got his elbows up, took him out of bounds to start over.
See Dennis Smith.
39 seconds remaining in the second period.
Their one loss this year to Lenape, we mentioned, Nick, the school where Dennis Smith learned his basics. They lost 27-31. Only lost by 4 points.
Not a bad, exciting match.
By the way, if my voice sounds a little shaky tonight, Nick, I've been battling what everybody else seems to be battling, a little bronchitis and flu. And
John, you'll be celebrating 28 years of marriage, I believe. Give me the date, John. Help me out a little
January
bit.
20th.
January 20th.
This Friday night.
Congratulations. It's beautiful. Now, if I can only win 50-50 that your wife sells, I'll be awfully happy. Quick tight waist, near arm tilt by Cooper with 4 seconds remaining in the second period. He's going to get 2 points near fall, and he does. So Cooper will take a 9-0 lead going into the third period.
Does that say 9 up there?
I'm going to say 9. Yes.
Yeah, but
missing a light over
the
there.
one scoreboard looks like a 0 over a dash. It's almost as bad as Deptford. Well, Deptford was a good scoreboard. We just couldn't see it.
See the basketball nets run away. And that happens. Now Cooper hitting a throw out of bounds.
For Seneca, a starter since his freshman year here. Also played football this year.
Well, he was an outstanding football player. You know, he only weighs 126 pounds. He may have been soaking wet during the year, maybe 135, 140. Very physical player, very physical. He didn't, I don't think he cared about what size he went in. Heads in, he'd hit you.
Yeah, and he sustained a concussion there, as we saw 1 point given for a stalling there. Yeah.
Yeah, he sustained a concussion, then he wore the extra padding on the headgear.
Just like we saw in one of the games over the weekend, the NFL
The 49ers,
games.
I believe it was.
Yeah, where the shell come off the top of the helmet.
Right.
Oh, that's what Seneca had to wear. He had to wear a shell.
The helmet.
And pound for pound.
It's almost like a weapon.
Oh, well, you look at Paul Marina. Also not a bad wrestler in his day. Dennis Smith edged him out by 1 spot in the state. Dennis was first when he was a senior. Paul was second when he was a senior.
Cooper 5 points away from a technical fall.
Well, he's got to go this last minute now if he wants to get the extra points.
Stalling looks like it's going to be called against Cooper of Paulsboro. That's his first. 1 minute remaining in the third and final period. It's been all Seneca Cooper of Paulsboro. He's leading 10-0.
Although Steve Christensen not doing a bad job for a sophomore against a highly experienced wrestler. This is almost kind of a plus if he can get out of here with only giving up 4 points, because it does get rough from here on for Paulsboro.
.30 seconds remaining. Head coach Dennis Smith behind the bench.
Yeah, very calm, very relaxed. I'm sure it's eating him up inside.
Cooper working on the fireman's carry. Gets the Navy right in, gets the takedown. 10 seconds remaining. It's 12-0 Seneca Cooper.
Well, and he's going to run out of time, Nick. He will get 4 points.
And that'll be it. Seneca Cooper of Paulsboro wins this match over Steve Christensen, 12-0. He gets a major decision for Paulsboro. 14 points. Paulsboro now leads 28-0.
And I don't think Dennis Smith expected this, Nick, coming into tonight.
And starting at 134 pounds, this is where Dennis Smith hoped to get some points back.
34 pounds, the Bays and Rostello.
And it's Mike Robustello of Paulsboro, senior, 10-3, going up against Jim DeMays, a junior, 8-0. So this is where Delran needs to stop the blood. The bleeding here is immense. It's 28-0.
Yeah,
they're in their meat of their lineup, so Delran needs answer with pins. Delran just can't be satisfied with some extra team points. I think you got to match them now. You got to match pin for pin.
And you can see the experience there. DeMays tried to get a headlock takedown of Robustello. Robustello, we mentioned this before, Nick. He's probably a senior, and he's probably one of the most underrated wrestlers in South Jersey. One of his losses this year to Nick Angin of Brick Memorial in the finals of the Caldwell tournament. Robustello won the Deep Creek tournament. I saw him here lose to Millville a week ago Saturday to Warfel by a point.
It's not bad wrestling.
No, he's done a nice job, and he's the kid that's made a lot of sacrifice the last 3 years. Couldn't get a starting spot in the lineup last year to see a takedown by DeMays.
Nice single to back heel trip, and DeMays gets the takedown. Could be the first takedown of the evening for the Delran wrestling team.
I think you're right, Nick. Five previous weights, 4 were wrestled, 1 was a forfeit. Paulsboro had the first takedown in every one of them. And the only takedowns.
I'm just taking a look further on down the lineup. I'm just wondering, they have Zuccarelli at 134 they weighed in. Could they move everyone up, John? Could you put Brett Motter up to 151, or does it make any sense?
Well,
I'm just taking a look at some strategy that could happen because they forfeited at 19.
yeah,
Well, this is why the coaches get paid the big bucks.
that's right. And if I'm Dennis Smith at this point, I've got to almost concede that 28-0's tremendously difficult to overcome. I might just go my power on power now and just let happen what happens. DeMays 30 wins and 10 losses coming into this year, Nick. So he's one of their veterans.
Yeah, just a junior, undefeated so far at 8-0 on the regular season.
A champion in the Pine Barrens tournament.
.14 seconds remaining in the first period.
Of course, we think back a couple of weeks ago when Buena went up to Brick Memorial and built up a 30-0 lead.
Good switch, switch by Robustello into a Peterson roll. He's going to get a 2 count. No time left on the clock. He'll probably stay in control, and he gets 2 near fall. So a 4-point move by Robustello. With just seconds remaining in the first period, he's taking a 4-2 lead into the second period. John, didn't mean to interrupt you, but Brick Memorial down
30-0.
30-0.
As Delran is down 28-0 right now.
Brick Memorial came back.
Yeah, Buena
won
won
the
the
match.
first 7 weight classes. As you see, Dennis Smith indicating the optional start for DeMays.
So it's not impossible.
It's not impossible.
It's not over until it's over.
But this one's almost over.
DeMays elects to let Robustello up. Gets the escape, which if it may be a good move because, if DeMays feels he's stronger on his feet, let him up and take him down. But I'm a firm believer, if you let him up, you got to take him down.
And Robustello's now going to call in every little bit of...
Oh, look at that dump.
Yeah.
Nice far knee.
But,
Robustello recovered
battle
quickly.
And fight it off. I mean,
And
look
him
at
by, no takedown. It's going to be out of bounds. Good call by Joe Henry. It's a good call. Robustello finishing up the move on the outside of the lines, but he is the stronger of the wrestler. DeMays having a difficult time coming in the center. 1:30 remaining in the second period. Good shot by Robustello.
Oh my, look at that, Nick. Really deep.
Hooks the leg. No takedown awarded yet.
You can see Joe Henry yelling to the wrestlers, neutral, you're still neutral.
As soon as Robustello gets the crossface, he may get the takedown.
There it is.
There it is. He's got the Western ride in. There's a 2-point takedown. He now leads 7-2. And again, this was initiated by Christensen electing to let Robustello up.
DeMays.
Excuse me, DeMays. Thank you, John.
It is getting exciting, Nick. I can understand where we can...
I'm not even looking at my notes now. I'm just looking out on the mat. And DeMays needs a little timeout here. So there'll be an injury timeout, and the clock will start for the injury timeout. And Robustello is the type of wrestler that he may not have all the skills, but he's going to go after you for 6 minutes. You're going to have to pin him. You may have to shoot him. But he will give you 110%.
He has the heart of a lion. We've seen that. We've seen Paulsboro wrestling for a number of years, and over the last 4 years, Robustello started as a freshman. Was in there as a sophomore. Last year he lost his starting spot. Still had 10 wins last year in a fill-in capacity. And what kids wouldn't quit?
And nowadays they do.
Yeah.
Nowadays, if they don't start, they don't come out.
That's the sad part. It's not sad, but I mean that's a fact of life, I guess. But when you see what Robustello is doing this year, and you see guys who are perfectly healthy quit the team and don't want to wrestle, it makes you wonder where their heart is.
Right.
And this kid, Robustello, has heart. Plus the fact he's the coach's nephew, and that's going to make it doubly tough.
Just under a minute remaining in the second period. Robustello on top, leading 7-2. Paulsboro leading in the team scoring 28-0.
See Dennis Smith there, along with Steve McIntyre to his right, our left. Potentially dangerous.
Call here. Where they bring in the heavyweights for the big matches. John, you the assignment person on this match, assigning Joe Henry to this?
Yes, maybe for the last year.
Well, fans, if you want John Vogeding to continue assigning referees to the South Jersey Wrestling, contact Channel 5 and let them know, John, we want you to still assign.
Well, it's a tough position nowadays because there's so many changes, and last year with all the snow and bad weather, we had over 900 changes, and it just gets kind of tough. You know, when you're working a full-time job, you almost have to devote full-time to staying with the officials and the schools. And
so, John, you don't have the heart anymore? You're going to quit? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me?
See a caution? Just a matter of timing. When I first started 10 years ago, I was working night work, so it was easy to deal with the ADs and officials during the day. And thank God my son Mark is at home, and he handles a lot of the pressure of the phone calls. Robustello just
still in control.
Yeah, and just great technique. Look, I mean, you know, he doesn't get to the sideline and stop, as you see.
Yeah.
Uncle Paul.
We're gonna have an injury timeout. Both wrestlers crashing into the Paulsboro bench. DeMays almost getting out, had the wizard in. I thought he was going to get the escape, just 7 seconds remaining, but Robustello just kept going, charged into him, head up, and went out of bounds. So there was no change in control.
Right, well, alluding to, when he crossed the out of bounds line, I mean, he kept driving till that whistle, till he was told to stop. And I think that's a big key to success with a lot of wrestlers. There's Uncle Pete Lamani in the front row.
Yeah, the Paulsboro fans here tonight, the loyal people have come over the years. 5 seconds.
Pete and Kevin Ross, of course, were two of the inductees into the inaugural Paulsboro High School Sports Hall of Fame.
And that's into the second period, where Mike Robustello of Paulsboro takes a 7-2 lead over Jim DeMays.
And I know Dennis Smith is just shaking his head now and wondering.
Robustello will be on top this third and final period.
Robustello, just technique-wise, is doing a great job.
DeMays working on an inside switch.
Tenacious. It's a word for Robustello. Tenacious.
It's a good word. I'll ask you after the program what it means.
As opposed to some people being loquacious, which is very talkative.
Just under 1:30 remaining, and there's an escape by DeMays.
Right, and Robustello in a position, Nick, where he can react to what DeMays is going to do.
Well, it looked like DeMays tried to duck under and didn't really move his hips and just ducked under, and Robustello did a nice job countering. No takedown yet.
Oh, my.
No takedown yet. There's the takedown by Robustello. He gets the takedown. Robustello still has the wizard in, so there'll be no control change. And Robustello leading this match 9-3. This is a match of conditioning. This is,
well, and if a wrestler takes 3 timeouts, Nick, there is no 4th.
Okay, so
he's had 2 injury timeouts.
Well, this looks like an equipment timeout right now. Joe Henry's tying a shoelace. So let's take a quick break at this match and come back. Okay, we're at the third period, 53 seconds remaining. Robustello, Paulsboro leading 9-3. He's on top.
And
John, I'd have to say if Robustello wins here, I'd hate to call the match over, but this is a key match for Delran.
Yes, yeah, I don't think it would be 31-0 after this bout, and I don't think they can recover.
Robustello in total control here. He has DeMays.
I think when it was
big trouble.
24-0, Nick, I think Delran was in for a rough voyage.
20 seconds remaining, and it really has been Robustello this whole match. He has taken the match right to DeMays.
He's on DeMays like a blanket.
And there's an injury timeout. So this may be the third one. Is this the third injury timeout? With 16 seconds remaining. So John, if the match, I don't know, let's say we go out of bounds hypothetically and there's another injury. DeMays has a hard time getting to the center. Referee's decision whether it's a default or is it automatic?
No, it's automatic.
It's automatic.
You get 2 minutes of cumulative injury time, totaling 3 stoppages. And this is the 3rd stoppage.
Okay, so Robustello leading 9-3, and I got to tell you, it really has been Mike Robustello.
Yes, it has. DeMays, excellent credentials coming in here, walking in undefeated tonight, but boy,
hey, you don't know. I mean, the sickness is going around. You have a cold, I have a cold, and if you're sick in wrestling, if you have the cold and it hits your wrestling team, you never get rid of it, and it takes a lot out of you. Losing weight, I'm not making excuses, but I got to tell you, wrestling and colds just don't mix. Well, if Robustello gets 2 points near fall, I'll give him an 8-point differential. 10 seconds remaining in third period. 5 seconds. There's 1 second on the clock, and we're going to have the 1 second. Mike Robustello of Paulsboro. There's going to be a neutral given here. So it's going to be 9-4. Nope. Nope. The maze on the bottom. It's 9-3. Mike Robustello of Paulsboro, and there's his mother.
Cheering him on.
Got to be happy with that. 9-3 win over Jim DeMays. Previously undefeated. He gets his first loss tonight. Paulsboro jumps out to a 31-0 lead. And we're at 142 pounds, where we're going to see Jason Brown of Paulsboro, junior, 12-1. And we're going to have Brett Motter, a senior, 8-1 on a year.
There's Andy Motter.
Two-time national champion from Penn State, huh?
And back when I first started coaching years ago, he was wrestling for Upper Darby, and Paulsboro was in a tournament with him. So I got a glimpse of him early. Of course, the only loss for Jason Brown this year was up in the Caldwell tournament.
Well, this is the type of match where Paulsboro's jumped out to a 31-0 lead, and he's basically said to Jason Brown, go out and wrestle your match. He's got a headlock on Brett Motter. And,
brother.
And Motter doing a good job so far trying to get over. Getting parallel. And does a nice job getting out. He gets the reversal. Jason Brown's going to get 2 takedown, 2 near fall. And super job by Brown getting a headlock, but a great job by Brett Motter. Not panicking, getting parallel, rolling through, and he has Jason Brown on his back.
And he's got back points.
And he's got Brown again on his back.
Well, and I think you hit the nail right on the head, Nick, when you said didn't panic.
I tell you, great great composure there. Got in the headlock, stayed parallel, so that way he was able to roll Brown. Rolled right through. Took a little fight, don't get me wrong, but he stayed with his composure, and he's now leading the match 8-4.
And that's one of the ingredients, Nick, is you see more back points coming of being a state champion.
Yeah, he's now gotten 2 points near fall again, and maybe didn't want to hit a headlock so early and get him upset. And there's a 1 point given to Motter. I see. I saw Joe Henry.
Yeah, I think maybe unnecessary roughness right there on the side.
Against Brown. No?
Against Brown,
yes,
yeah.
Yes, because Motter's going to get the, that's right, Motter's going to get the 1 point. He's now leading 12-4 and 25 seconds remaining in the first period.
Well, he looks like a state champion, Nick. Got a very determined look on his face.
Well, take the headlock away in the first few seconds of this match. It's really been all Brett Motter.
And Brett with 101 wins in his scholastic career. Probably will be the all-time winningest wrestler in Delran history before it's all over.
And that's the end of the first period, where Motter will take a 12-4 lead going into second period, and we're going to be on our feet. Equipment timeout for Jason Brown. Dennis Smith getting some satisfaction, hopefully, out of this weight class. So this is one definitely that they counted on.
Well, he had Dennis had the state heavyweight champion 2 years in a row, and Bill Duff went down to Tennessee to play football.
And his grandmother works for me down at Showboat. Oh, one of our banquet food servers. I get the update regularly on how he's performing in Tennessee, and still working on her to transfer him up to Rutgers. Hasn't worked yet.
And of course, Brett has already made an early commitment. He's going to the University of Pennsylvania next year, where his brother Clinton is a starter on the wrestling team. The brother, everybody remembers Pritzlaff from the state championships the last couple of years, and Motter has a win over him this year. Pritzlaff's only got 2 losses.
It's not a bad win.
Pure freshman starting at Penn State.
Not a bad win.
Well,
Motter doing a nice job getting into the Navy. Gets the takedown. Is now winning 14-4.
Well,
we're in a major decision category. He's got an 8-point differential here.
His dad has to be happy with his performance. I can remember when Babe Marina, when Carmel and Paul were wrestling, to see a stalling warning.
Stall warning on Brown.
Used to be up in the stands with that videotape, the camera, millimeter camera.
Well, it was the 8mm.
8mm.
Yeah.
And we watched Andy Motter last year at the state championships, and didn't seem to get overly excited, but
what a vicious tight waist near arm tilt Motter has. He's scored we'll have to go back to your score clock or your score book and look, but I tell you, he may have gotten 8 points, 8 unanswered points on this nice move. He just received 2 points near fall there, broke the move and went right back into the other side using a bar arm series. Getting a 2-point near fall and 18, and that's it. It's going to be 19-4. And
Tech fall.
Going to stop. Tech fall with 24 seconds remaining in the second period. Brett Motter comes back with vengeance.
Yes.
And Tech falls. Jason Brown of Paulsboro, and Delran gets 15 points on the board. And it all started with Brown hitting a headlock, and from then on, it was all over. Brett Motter scored 19 unanswered points.
Yeah, and not panicking.
Not panicking whatsoever. So we're at 151 pounds. Tony Chill of Paulsboro Sr., 6-3. And Kirk Fullerton of Delran, he's 8-1. Fullerton, I believe, a junior. Very impressive to see the state champion wrestle like that.
Well, it's nice to see a state champion in this gym. Paulsboro, of course, having more individual state champions than anybody in the history of South Jersey. So they've had their share wrestle in this gym. And was nice to see Brett Motter.
Well, I tell you, he beat a good Paulsboro wrestler.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not, Jason Brown, 12-1 on the year. And Motter scores 19 unanswered points. Boy, I'd like to see the workout room at Delran at this one. You have 134 pounds, DeMays at 142 pounds, Motter at 151 pounds, Fullerton. It's almost 34-2 for the year, those three wrestlers. So that's a great round robin.
And as we mentioned earlier, this is where the strength of Delran would kick in these last several weight classes. And, of course, Paulsboro benefiting from Robustall's win over DeMays.
Stall warning called against Sheila of Paulsboro.
Sheila, of course, only 6-3 at this point in the season, Nick, and he sustained a foot injury down in the Deep Creek tournament. Did not wrestle the second day down there.
Well, 30 seconds remaining in this first period, scoreless. Fullerton in deep in on a single, trying to run around, hook the leg. Chill doing a nice job, trying to face him, sprawling, cross-facing him. And getting back to his feet.
Nice counter. Oh, almost.
Chill trying to read the knees for the big drop, but Fullerton doing a nice job facing him.
Caution.
Did he give him a caution or just raise his hand up?
No, I believe he gave him a caution.
And that's the end of the first period. We're scoreless at 151 pounds.
Delran's choice, deferred. Sheila takes the bottom.
Paulsboro leading the team scoring 31-5.
Well, am I shocked? I'm not entirely shocked that Paulsboro's leading at this point. I am kind of surprised at that difference in the score. Whatever he told his wrestlers about coming out of the gate early certainly paid dividends tonight for Paul Marina.
Yeah. John, just taking a look at the weight classes now with the new 2-pound allowance during the year. The weight classes are so close together now.
Well, no, they're exactly where they were at the beginning of the year.
Even in the beginning of the year, of course, they were kind of close together.
Well, that's what they did from last year to this year. They took 2 weights out of the middle. They put one down the bottom and one at 215. And there is a lot of storm going on in the country about that too, Nick.
What are you going to do at the lower weights when you're not going to have, so many small wrestlers out? I mean, is that going to be a problem?
Well, sure.
Is that where the problem's going to be, your lower weights?
That's where a lot of coaches are complaining currently. And they're just saying that they can't put out three wrestlers,
right? 100 to 112 has got to be a problem if you don't have the young wrestlers.
Right, and you're going 100, 106, 112. Which is now 102, 108, and 114.
Right.
But then the next weight class is 121 now. In effort, in a matter of 19 pounds, you have 4 weight classes.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot. I just wonder what's going to happen next year. 20-some states adopted it this year, just like New Jersey did. Instead of waiting for next year, it's supposed to be mandatory next year. But I wonder if it'll get to the mandatory stage. They may reverse it. Sure. It just seems like an awful lot of great mule kick escape.
Gio gets the escape, and that quickly, Fullerton in on a single, but unable to keep it.
Well, and I think what Delran is seeing here, Nick, they're seeing wrestlers who maybe not be considered in the same caliber, but they have an awful lot of pride in what they're doing.
He's on the line. He gets the takedown, and it's waved off. Henry's going to wave off the takedown.
Well, and I think the feeling there was he never had complete control.
So we're still standing. Chill leading 1-0. Fullerton in deep again on a single, going down to the ankles. He'll try to work up. He's got to work up, so he's not caught for stalling. And there's the takedown by Fullerton. He leads this match 2-1 with 30 seconds remaining in the second period.
Again, lots of experience there.
Joe Henry calls it out of bounds and will start in the center, 18 seconds remaining.
Delran High School, Nick, of course, from the Burlington County League Patriot Division. Yeah. For years they were in the Freedom Division. Now they're in the middle schools, attendance-wise, Patriot Division, and should win again this year.
10 seconds. Fullerton's got to get up. Right in the ankle, good to call for stalling. He lets it go. Perfect timing, and that's the end of the second period. For Fullerton, up Delran will take a 2-1 lead going into the third and final period, and he'll choose the bottom. Looks like Chris Hunder.
Does look like Chris Hunder, doesn't it? Bobby Jones. Bobby Jones next time, a former Paulsboro wrestler. Dan Daly, my old insurance salesman.
That's their section of the gym.
Yes.
We've seen Chris Hunder do some officiating for us on Channel 5. Does a nice job.
Oh, I think he's one of the good up-and-coming officials. You know, you have your old standards, Roy Fenimore and Joe DeRillo, Al Maloney, Joe Henry, Howie O'Neill.
Oh, you're stretching it now.
Carmel Marina.
And there's an escape for Fullerton.
And I think Chris Hunder and there was an official who worked a JV match tonight, Kirk Thorpe, who used to wrestle at Haddon Township. I think he's going to be an excellent official.
1:30 remaining. Fullerton leading this match 2-1, and both wrestlers shoot in, and Chilla is going to be injured.
Heads,
yeah,
right.
Both wrestlers shooting in for a double. Fullerton able to get under just a little bit lower and sneak in, and there is
Uncle Pete.
Pete Lamani. Let's take a quick break. There you see Paulsboro leading 31-5. £151. Tony Chilla losing this match to Kirk Fullerton of Delran 3-1, and Fullerton getting the takedown now, leading 5-1.
Well, I noticed our Channel 5 crew has done a great job with the graphics of putting the right weight classes up, and
at least someone's on top
here
of things.
Here at the high school on the scoreboard, they don't have the right weight class up.
Hey, I graduated from Paulsboro. I'm doing what the Paulsboro clock says.
There's
just under 1 minute remaining.
Peter Pandolfo, the clock operator over there, and maybe nobody clued him in that there was a 2-pound allowance.
No, absolutely. I have to take that one on him. He asked me what we were doing. I said, we'll go with the 100-pound weight classes. We'll announce that it's a 2-pound allowance
You're the villain.
from January. And I said, because you were running late, and I said, I'll make the call. If there are changes, I'll let you know. But we couldn't change it because you came late, and
yeah,
so be it.
I'll tell you what, I'm lucky I'm here.
Well, you made it on your deathbed, and it's appreciated.
I haven't gone through 2 weeks of illness like this in my life, Nick. And of course, the bride of 28 years, she claims she's been doctoring me up.
You see, that's a nice job by Fullerton, spinning out and bringing Chilla back in the center of the mat because there's only 15 seconds remaining. He knows he's going to win the match. He wants to keep the clock going. Good mat sense for Fullerton. 9 seconds remaining.
Of course, unfortunately for Delran, they need all the extra points they can get at this point, and it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's coming down to just some individual pride right now for some of these Delran wrestlers, and Kirk Fullerton is going to win this match 5-1 over Tony Chilla. Delran once again gets back-to-back wins. It's 3 more team points. We're waiting for 160 pounds. Paulsboro has Greg Harvey, a senior, 3-1 on the year.
160 pounds. Rest.
And we're looking for Chris Gress of Delran, a sophomore, 7-3. He has weighed in tonight at 151 pounds. I really do like this new rule that the wrestlers have to go to the public address table and announce.
Sophomore, 7-3.
Harvey just 3-1 on the year, coming out
late. One of the wrestlers quit the team, and Harvey went to Paul Marina and said that he would
do whatever needed to be done to help the team out. And there he is. You know, you got another wrestler who did the same thing at 215 pounds for Paulsboro, Wayne Hampton.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't going to wrestle this year, but they had someone leave the line up there, and
of course, Greg Harvey
jumped right in.
Second in the districts the last 2 years. Losing to Mark Somm last year in the
I believe so.
district finals.
And Joel Thomas, I believe,
Joel
probably the year
Thomas
before, right?
Clearview is
Clearview.
sophomore year.
And then the outstanding match in the semifinals of Region 8 last year, he beat Sandelier of Washington Township,
Who was a returning
state champion at the time, sure.
And of course, Harvey's reason for not coming out in the beginning, and he kind of made the intentions known back in September, was that he did not want to lose weight. He didn't feel he would be wrestling in college. He had a great football season as a wide receiver and a defensive back.
An outstanding year. His cousin Kevin Harvey, the quarterback, and a great combination, Harvey to Harvey.
Yes.
I don't think Harvey weighs 160 pounds. I think he's probably a little under that, like 155, 158. I know he's not cutting any weight. He's doing whatever he's able to do for the team. .40 seconds remaining in the first period. Scoreless. Paulsboro leading in the team, scoring 31-8. Nice duck under by Gress. No takedown awarded yet.
Amazing.
And we're still standing.
That's a good fight from Greg Harvey, who is, I would have to say, is not in wrestling shape at this point.
Good double leg. Unable to finish it off. Harvey's jumping up from 120-some pounds last year, John.
Yeah.
I forget the weight class, 126 or 129.
125?
125, sure, and he's at 160 pounds today. That's the end of the first period. Scoreless.
Okay, Delran's going to take the bottom, Nick. Oh my.
Oh, that quickly.
Well,
looked like Harvey was going to be able to put Gress on his back.
And I think last year he would have done it, Nick. Like I mentioned, with a late start, I don't think he's in any kind of wrestling shape at this point. Boy, he was sweet to watch when he caught the ball in the open last football season.
Yeah.
Of course, a storied football season here at this high school, the first undefeated, 2 undefeated seasons back-to-back. So you see Paul Marino on the left, Nicky Marino on the right. I coached them both.
When did you coach Nick Marino? The JVs?
His freshman year. Hi, Paul Marino's a freshman. I thought, boy, I had my squad was locked up. Perfect. I had him for one match. Up to the JVs he went. Yeah.
John, if I remember back then, I was a toddler, of course. I think your favorite move was the move.
The move.
You said move, and you banged the clipboard on the gym floor. I may have been at a match where you may have broken that.
I did break one.
I think I was at that match. Just under 1 minute.
Harvey in trouble here, Nick.
Gress trying to hop his head out, get control. He's going to get it right there. There's the reversal. Good job by Gress. Working it, finally getting it. Harvey working trying to switch, trying for the reversal.
He's got it.
And there's the reversal there, just under 30 seconds. You can see the flashes, I think you mentioned it.
Yes.
The more wrestling time Harvey gets, the better he'll be, because you see the glimpse, you see the flashes of the old Greg Harvey.
Trying to Merkel.
Tough move on a bigger opponent. If you're not used to it, you can find yourself on your back. 9 seconds remaining in the second period. Harvey will be satisfied just to hold the move here and finish the second period out, and he does. So we're going into the third period at 160 pounds, tied 2-2.
It'll be Greg Harvey's choice. Bob Frederick just walked through the picture.
Harvey's going to take an injury timeout.
Bob Frederick was under the weather last week.
Now it's the cold and flu season.
I wonder if anybody hasn't been. See on the right-hand side of your screen there in the blue outfit is Jim Henyon, and also an assistant at Delran, and also officiates. Jimmy's been around a long time.
Well, Paulsboro has dominated this match.
Here's Bob Frederick.
They're leading 31-8.
I
Started
know,
out at 100 pounds with a pin. 106 with a pin. 112 with a pin. Delran forfeits at 119. Seneca Cooper gets a major at 126. Mike Robestel gets a win at 134. And then Brett Motter, technical falling Jason Brown at 142. Kirk Fullerton winning his match over Tony Chilla 5-1. And that's where we are right now. We're at 160 pounds.
You know,
tied 2-2.
I'll read this real quick, Nick. Maybe some Delran fans who are going to see this tape may not be aware of it, but with Bob Frederick was coaching here at the high school, he had a record of 251 wins, 6 losses, and 2 ties.
A nice job by both of those wrestlers staying in their position, because one had a bear hug in. Harvey has the Wizard situation in. It was really who was going to pull the trigger first, who was going to get the leverage. Neither wrestler able to obtain it. And we have 1:30 remaining in the third period. We're tied 2-2.
And this is where you got to call in the extra gas.
The takedown there.
Oh my!
Harvey gets the takedown with 1:15 remaining in the third period.
There's that glimpse, Nick.
And it's 5-2. Harvey leading this match.
And this is how Harvey looked last year. Tenacious again, aggressive.
Working the Hamilton ride.
But so much smaller last year.
Harvey will start looking for the near side cradle, maybe the near side half.
You know, and Gress has got to do something here or he's going to get caught.
Well, you can see he has his far leg. He has his far leg, and that's what it looked like from our angle, that maybe he was stalling, but he was working on that far leg trying to break through, and he able to get out of bounds. With 30 seconds remaining, Harvey of Paulsboro on top, leading 5-2.
Dennis Smith up and encouraging his wrestler, just as Paul Marino was over encouraging his as they went out of bounds.
Harvey's going to try to break him down, ride him out. He has him flat. 15 seconds remaining in this match. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Gress tries a Granby roll, unsuccessful. He's going to give up the 1 point. Harvey will win this match 5-3 over Chris Gress of Delran. Paulsboro now leads 34-8. And I believe mathematically it's over, because 24 points if Delran pins out makes it 32. I think this match is clinched at 160 pounds.
That just clinched it, Nick.
That clinched the match.
Greg Harvey.
We're at 172 pounds. Looks like Paulsboro is putting on the mat.
172 pounds.
Looks like Joe. Yeah, I think it's Joe Carchidi, a junior, 3-3 for Paulsboro, going up against Scott Hamlet, a senior, 9-0 for Delran, the outstanding wrestler.
What year is Carchidi, Nick?
I have Carchidi as a
The
junior,
yeah.
and he's 3-3. Let's just make sure.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Is this Hamlet?
Yeah, this is Hamlet.
Okay.
Hamlet's 5-0? Or 8-0?
Hamlet is 9-0.
9-0.
Going over to Dennis Smith's. Just make sure that it is Hamlet. Because I'm looking at the weigh-in sheet. And they did weigh in Scott Hamlet at 172 pounds.
What are you asking for help there, Nick?
Yeah, I just wanted to confirm it. I'm just looking at the weigh-in sheet, and it is Hamlet from
Yeah.
Delran.
Oh, that was
I wasn't paying attention to.
Angie Robustello.
Yeah, we're getting help from all over the place.
Hey, listen, her son did a big helping job for Paulsboro tonight.
Hamlet leading 2-0.
Yeah, and this is an exceptional wrestler for Delran, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, this would have been where they would have gotten some big points for Delran. And there's 3-point near fall for Hamlet. He goes right back into another pinning combination.
Oh, boy.
15 seconds remaining.
Oh, my.
He's got him in big trouble here.
Big
9
trouble,
seconds
yes.
left. That's it. That's it. Scott Hamlet of Delran wins by fall. 152. So 16 points fell for Delran. It's now 34-14. We'll take a break and come back to 185 pounds right after this. £185, Brian Peck of Paulsboro, senior, 6-6, going up against Delran's Mark Zitzler, a senior, 8-1. This would have been a key match if everything worked out for Dennis Smith, I think. 185 pounds.
Yes.
Thinking that Peck, vulnerable part of the lineup for Paulsboro. And there's the takedown by Zitzler.
Well, and what you have here, Nick, and we mentioned this, I think, in a previous broadcast, you got Brian Peck, who had an excellent football season, and he's filling a void on this wrestling team. He doesn't particularly like the sport. So it's even tougher to wrestle if you don't particularly want to be there in the first place. But
it's even tough to wrestle when you want to be there.
yeah.
So Zitzler still in control. Paulsboro already clinching the match now, leading 34-14.
Peck had an excellent football season, as did many boys on the team this year. Talked about Kevin Harvey and Greg Harvey. And Peck was an all South Jersey selection.
And there's the escape by Peck.
Slowly losing my voice, Nick.
Oh, we're winding down a little bit. We're at 185 pounds.
We need a couple quick pins.
48 seconds remaining.
Hey, you know, I get invited to be on John Mondelli's Sports Week.
Isn't that nice?
And a live
show,
live call-in show. Look at this, nice move by Brian Peck.
Gets the takedown.
A lot of heart.
Yeah, I must have been not at home when John called me to be on the show.
Well,
or my voicemail must have been off at the time. 25 seconds remaining in the first period. Maybe my secretary didn't give me the message. But that's okay. And there's a reversal.
Oh, yeah.
And there's the young bride of 28 years.
Happy anniversary.
Beautiful.
And this will be
This will
shown
be
the night
anniversary
of the
night?
anniversary night. Of course, we'll have to tape it.
You'll be in
because,
Tahiti, won't you, John? Aren't you flying out of the country for a few
we're,
days?
we're going to she and I are going to the Paulsboro Overbrook match that night.
Huh. Where every bride wants to be on their anniversary night. 10 seconds remaining. Zitzler leading 4-2. Excuse me, 4-3 over Brian Peck of Paulsboro, and he'll take that lead going into the second period. So we're into a stretch of the wrestling season, John. It's normally the grind, the month now, between now and the middle of February, where it's the dual meet season, toughest part of the season.
Well, and the schools, of course, in the different groups. Delran's in Group 2, Paulsboro's in Group 1. Obviously, battling through the cutoff date, which I think is February 4th, to qualify for the sectional tournaments. Twice, Delran has won South Jersey Group 2 championships. Paulsboro, of course, has won every South Jersey Group 1 championship and all but one state Group 1 championship. Brian Peck got stitches, by the way, the other day in a match, Nick. 6 stitches in the lip.
Well, 1 minute remaining in the second period. Peck of Paulsboro on top. He's down by 1.
Yeah.
It's 4-3.
Well, and you see Dennis Smith offering encouragement there. One of the things, one of the characteristics about Paulsboro over the years has been able to go 6 minutes and keep that pressure on for most of their wrestlers. And I think here's a situation where Mark Zitzler comes in 8-1, Brian Peck only 6-6, and how can it be this close? I think it's got to be a tribute to Peck's wrestling.
Sure. There's a stall warning called. That'll be against Zitzler. And that quickly he gets the escape. Now leading 5-3. Peck really not giving up a fight on that escape, and there was only just under 30 seconds left.
Yeah, but I'd rather see him give up 1 than 2.
10 seconds. And we'll end the second period with Zitzler of Delran leading 5-3 over Brian Peck of Paulsboro.
And Peck's choice in the last period, he's got to take the bottom.
And he takes the bottom.
Future grappler there.
No change in control.
Brian's been banged up since he came out after football season. He injured little finger on the right hand, stitches in the lip. Well, Nick, 34-14 at this point has sort of lost its glamour of surprise or intrigue what the outcome might be. And I think quite a tribute to the Paulsboro wrestlers, considering
There's good
the escape.
Good escape by Peck. Yeah, I would think Marina has to be happy.
Oh.
He's had some people not, they actually quit. He's got 13 wrestlers that he's happy with, so now it's time to
hone him in
stay tight and
yeah.
That's right, and get your team together.
And You know, considering Delran and Lenape had a very close match, 4-point difference, Lenape won.
You know, this is a not bad Delran wrestling team. They're
No.
ranked 8 in South Jersey. And Zitzler in on a single. As long as Peck keeps the wizard, there'll be no takedown, and he does. And Zitzler leading 5-4, 1:12 remaining. Peck is just a takedown away from winning this match.
Yeah, but he's a hurting pup.
Zitzler in deep in on a single. May call stalemate here if
I
you get
think
too
so.
much movement. There's the stalemate.
There it is.
58 seconds remaining. Now it's really who wants this match the most.
Or who's got more gas left in the tank.
Ankle pick by Peck.
Oh, nice move.
Gets the
Nice
takedown.
move.
44 seconds remaining in the third period. Peck now leads this match 6-5.
And Dennis Smith could only roll his eyes at that point, Nick.
Not a bad move by Peck. He saw that Zitzler was sitting back on his ankles, able to hit an ankle pick and get the takedown. I'm going to take a really quick timeout here.
Peck may
I
have
don't
been
know who the
been bleeding, maybe dropped some blood on Zitzler.
So have a quick injury timeout.
See Dennis Smith on the left and Jim Hennigan on the right talking. And now we got Paul Marina in his corner, his side of the mat.
So Peck leading 6-5. He's going to be on top with 35 seconds remaining. And the whistle's blown, and we're going to start in center.
And
Now watch. Now you got to watch
an
this
escape,
because watch. It's going to be a quick. You know, Zitzler able to get a little bit of a rest here. Let's watch if he can get the escape.
and if he does, nothing else happens.
There it is.
Yeah, we got overtime.
There it is. Peck gives him the escape, and it's 6-6.
Well, you know, maybe rather than try and hold him for 35 seconds, he just gets
Gets
it that
a quick
one shot
double.
for a takedown.
No points
Nothing yet.
Good switch by Zitzler. Re-switch. No control.
Oh,
15
my.
seconds.
Oh, brother.
Peck still in on a single.
Oh, what did they go round and round?
If Peck is able to bring the single and pop the knee, he'll win this match, but it's 5 seconds left. 4. Stalemate called. There's 1 second left on the clock.
We're going overtime.
We're going to go overtime. Not a bad move by Peck trying to get the takedown. Letting the escape go, and we're at overtime. We'll put 2 minutes on the clock. Both wrestlers will start. We'll blow the whistle and we'll go.
Yeah.
First takedown wins this match.
That's it. First point.
First point, sure. Hopefully it's a takedown.
Oh,
Good
my.
catch
Look at that, Nick.
No points yet.
Oh,
Gets that ankle.
brother.
Excuse me, the elbow. That's it. 2.7 seconds into overtime. Brian Peck of Paulsboro wins 8-6.
How about that?
Great job by Brian Peck. You know, he must have felt confident as the match went on because he elected to let Zitzler up with only 30 seconds remaining. Gets it into overtime and wins the match with just 7 seconds in overtime. So Paulsboro gets 3 more team points, now leading 37-14.
Courage, Nick.
We're at 2:15. Wayne Hampton, a junior for Paulsboro, is 8-2, going up against Greg Spady, a junior for Delran, 2-7.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Nick, you're looking out there in the mat at who could be one of the top football players in South Jersey next year, and this Wayne Hampton. So impressed with him this year.
Good snap to a single, to a back heel trip. Getting the takedown. Hampton leading 2-0. Let's
You know,
Spady
and
up.
interestingly enough, Nick, another situation
Takes
this
him
year
down.
where, like Brian Peck, Wayne Hampton not particularly enthralled with wrestling, and oh my.
Hampton rolling into a Merkel, getting 2 points near fall. Lead his match 6-1. Spady of Delran on the bottom. He's just a junior, 2-7 on the year.
And Mark Hampton, a junior, 8-2.
And with about 2 feet
Yeah,
of height differential here.
yeah.
was a 1-point escape for Spady, and Joe Henry's going to take a little timeout and fix Wayne Hampton's shoelaces here.
Wayne Hampton, a defensive end, offensive tackle on that undefeated football team, and what a great athlete.
Hampton in on a double. 41 seconds remaining.
John David, another one of the football players off that, one of the starting offensive linemen that has dropped down to 215. He's lost a lot of weight to get there, which gives Hampton not only a training partner, but Paulsboro a little depth at that particular weight class.
And David's 4-0 on a year.
Yep.
Hampton working a half Nelson, 23 seconds remaining.
Oh my.
Doesn't have the half in, he's barring the arms. He's got Spady in trouble, and that's it. 1 minute 45 second pin for Paulsboro's Wayne Hampton.
Oh, brother.
Paulsboro now leads 43-14, and Hampton gets his hand raised at 215 pounds. And we're at the 275-pound weight class. We're looking for Jermaine Ruffin of Paulsboro, just a sophomore, 11-2. And Mark Rubin of Delran, a senior, 3-3 on the year.
And this could be over in a hurry too, Nick. I guess they're taking pity on my voice. Ruffin is a superb sophomore heavyweight.
Very quick for a big person.
Jermaine Ruffin lost in the finals of the Caldwell tournament. And he also lost to Matt Klaus of Haddon Township, who not too many people are going to beat this year. But Ruffin has exceptional speed for a big man.
I'm out of here. They were coming over our way, John. I was gone.
No.
They were coming out, and you were on your own.
Interestingly, Nick, Jermaine Ruffin doesn't look that big, but weighs 262 pounds.
Into a bear hug, and he's going to get the takedown.
Yeah. We're into the 13th and final weight class, and Delran has won 3 bouts.
Tough night for Delran, no question about it. I'm sure they would have liked to have done a little better in the lower weight classes.
Well, the big
They
hole.
gave up 3 pins. They gave up a major after the first 5 weight classes and a forfeit. After the first 6 weight classes, they were down 31-0. It took them to 142 pounds for Brett Motter. Put a little spark back into Delran getting a technical fall. And Kirk Fullerton getting a win. So they had some back-to-back wins at 142 and 151.
But that was it. It's the only time they've been able to put 2 wins back-to-back the whole match. Their other win coming from Scott Hamlet at 72.
He gets the pin.
We're 174 now.
Ruffin again, another bear hug.
If he steps forward and throws the half. Now, oh my, almost, Nick.
Nice job by Rubin.
Yes.
You know, he really didn't panic. Ruffin throwing everything at him. 14 seconds remaining in the first period.
Dennis Smith's tie loosened up.
It is a little warm in here.
Of course, when you only win 3 out of the first 12 bouts, it gets even warmer.
Kind of impressed the way Paulsboro wrestled tonight.
Well,
kind of wrestled really aggressive where they had to, and taking the pressure off of some of the wrestlers that had some tough weight classes. At 134, they were able to take the pressure off of Robustello, so he's able to wrestle his match without having to worry about the team scoring, and Robustello comes up with a 9-3 win. And that's the end of the first period. Jermaine Ruffin of Paulsboro leading 2-1 over Mark Rubin.
Puts Rubin down in the second period.
Ruffin really needs to work to the outside, be the aggressor. Look like he's going for the pin. He doesn't want to be called for stalling.
Yeah.
Very quietly, here comes Ruben on an outside single. Trying to get the reversal, if not an escape. Ruben only down by 1.
And giving Ruffin a great tussle here. I don't know, it just seems
stalemate called. Good call by Joe Henry.
excitement taking off, Nick. Looking for matches to come right down to the final weight class. It's not happening.
Not tonight. But there'll be some challenges for Paulsboro in the future. They're hitting a stretch of opponents that they're really going to test them.
Some interesting competition coming up. Overbrook, Collingswood.
I really look forward to the Collingswood match. Very aggressive team.
And undefeated in a Colonial.
That's right.
And beat West Effort.
And West Effort comes up with a big win against Pennsville. First time they've ever beaten them.
Well, they got a transfer into the lineup who sat out his mandatory 30 days by state regulation. Hendricken, who wrestled at Paul VI last year.
And he did a nice job getting a big win for them. So they've got a solid lineup.
Got a Narcissi coming back into the lineup, getting healthy.
Stall warning on Ruffin. .25 seconds remaining in the second period.
On tap for Channel 5 coming up, Kingsway and Glassboro.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to
Andy
Valleco
Jerry,
for Kingsway.
Jerry's son. And that Joe
Melchior also of Kingsway. They have a nice little program.
Yes, they do.
They have come along extremely well over the years. They fared well in the districts, District 29 competition. And that's into the second period.
Guy Davidson, the coach over there now.
Well, Jermaine Ruffin taking a 2-1 lead into the third and final period, and he is on the bottom.
Paulsboro West Effort on tap, upcoming, Channel 5. Tickets already on sale.
Yeah, that will be at West Effort. And we've talked about low attendance over the course of the year, and there will not be low attendance at that match.
No, that'll be
a great rivalry right down 295.
That'll be a packed house. Unfortunately, they don't have the biggest of gymnasiums, so you're looking at about 700 people maybe, as opposed to the 7,000 who were there for
Paulsboro West
Effort football game this year. What a great evening that was.
That really was a nice evening for football. Ruffin leading 3-1, getting out on the escape, 1:36 remaining. Paulsboro winning this match, 43-14. Ruben of Delran still in this match. He's a takedown away from tying.
Yes. And it is warm in here. Ooh. Jermaine Ruffin sweating profusely.
1:13 remaining in the third period. Again, this is a match that whoever wants it the most can win this match. Ruffin has to watch out because I believe he's been called for stalling once. Good double.
Oh my.
Half. He's got Ruben in trouble. 55 seconds remaining in the third period.
Oh my.
Plenty of time.
Oh brother.
50 seconds.
History.
That's it. Jermaine Ruffin wins by fall with 48 seconds remaining in the third period. Paulsboro wins this match 49-14 over number 8, Delran.
Wow.
It really looked like Ruffin working methodically. I thought Ruben had an opportunity to get this match, but very quickly, Ruffin gets the takedown in the pin. Let's take a break and we'll wrap it up when we come back. Back at Paulsboro High School, where Paulsboro has clinched this match 49-14 over the number 8 team in South Jersey, Delran. And John, it really was all Paulsboro tonight. For the first 5 weight classes, Paulsboro's winning. Really, after the first 6 weight classes, Paulsboro winning 31-0.
Yeah.
One of the highlights of tonight's matchups at 134 pounds was Mike Robestel. 142 pounds, we got an opportunity to see the state champion Brett Motter of Delran, and what a machine.
Well,
goes out and scores 19 unanswered points. He gets headlocked early on, didn't panic, kept his composure, goes out and scores 19
people
unanswered
will see him
points.
in Atlantic City, Nick, and they'll see him in the winner's circle again this year. He will be a state champion again.
Very aggressive, and like I mentioned earlier, sometimes you lose one match early on in a year, and you're not going to lose again for the rest of the year.
Yeah, well, the match he lost, he got pinned. But what you don't see behind that is the fact he was winning 6-1 when he got pinned. So
right. Yeah.
He got caught.
He was in total control
And
of that
anybody
match
can get
too.
caught.
And there's no doubt in my mind when he got headlocked tonight, there was a flashback momentarily out
Yes.
there of what happened.
Yes.
At 172 pounds, we got to see another outstanding wrestler from Delran, Scott Hamlet, and he got a fall at 152 over Joe Crociati of Paulsboro. And
Their biggest scorer of the evening. They had a fall, a tech fall, and a decision.
and then at 185 pounds, which is a nice matchup for Paulsboro, Brian Peck showed a lot of heart and wins 8-6 in overtime.
Well, and I think that's a tribute to Brian Peck. He carries a 6-6 record in there against an opponent that was
8-1.
8-1, and forces the overtime.
Uses 6 minutes and 7 seconds.
Yeah, and gets the takedown.
And wins the match.
Yeah, just like that.
And then we saw 275 pounds Jermaine Ruffin of Paulsboro pinning Mark Rubin, and Paulsboro wins the match 49-14. Paulsboro had an outstanding match tonight, no question about it. They have to be happy of what they've done with the team that they have on the mat. And that's about it. We're going to wrap it up here at Paulsboro High School. Paulsboro wins this match 49-14. For John Vogeding, I'm Nick Burzichelli. We'll see you next time on Channel 5.
Hopefully healthy.